This is blue-red wizards trying to play RAL Monsoon Mage fairly. And we've been spending a lot of time with various wizard shells. I still do like the Flare of Denial builds, but I've just been like, my feelings on RAL is very similar to his expression in his art on the left. Just like RAL is like, I'm such a fucking broken card. I'm just such a broken card. Why does nobody play me? Why does nobody play me? Uh, and so we're playing it with like and then one else. So I started to try to figure out RAL in the Wizards deck, and you know, and obviously when you just like play this and then flip it, it's crazy. You're not going to do that very often here, but you are going to play it. It's going to have a ton of loyalty, and then you're going to have blue permanents in play a lot of times. So you just have the -2 Electrolyze available. It's going to be pretty nice. But Manamorphose in this deck is not only good with RAL, but I realized that Manamorphose lets you flip Tamiyo turn 2. You attack with Tamiyo, you play Manamorphose, you sack the clue, you flip Tamiyo. I'm pretty excited about that also. And then Manamorphose is also good with Kitsa. So this list is pretty juicy to me. Well, keeping this on the draw. Wonder if we're playing against the Seismic Assault deck. Be funny. Could be. Graveyarding another commercial district. Oh, just Storm. Well, you're not the only one that gets to play with RAL, opponent. Get the deck in the chat. I'm okay, I think, countering this. Just try to slow them down a bit. I think I'm actually going to let this one go. Sorry. Should have fetched now. See, no. Now that we know that they don't have a land in their hand, if they miss on a land, then there's a good chance this Impulse just does nothing. And there's a good chance it only hits one card anyways. Okay, so let's untap this. I'm shocked you didn't slam RAL there. I could die if I slammed RAL there. Not very likely. Oh, Amber only taps red, yeah. There you go. I think I should counter this, because they... Oh, no. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought that this was going away. Okay, that was a big punt. Sorry, I just double-checked 1 second too late. Yikes. So now am I letting the Ruby resolve? I don't think I can do that. But throwing away a counterspell like that is just so bad. Hopefully we could draw some cantrips. Some action. Could have been okay to let that resolve and, know that we still have some Flame of Anors. Okay, Flashback of Striker Ridge, 4 cards in their hand. Pass and Flames is getting dangerous. Not drawing a lot of help. This sideboard, we've got some Force of Negations. The possibility of Surgical. Surgical is kind of weird in the matchup. Okay, they Seek the Beast into Manamorphose Strike It Rich. And they might just play the Questing Druid now. Okay, they do. Yeah, RAL only triggers when you cast spells on your turn, so it's like less of a problem to be like interacting with your opponent on your turn and taking a lot of damage, and then you just like have turns where you try to flip the RAL. It's not great with counterspells. I kind of think the opposite. I think it's good that you're not like just taking damage with counterspells on your turn, but maybe I'm wrong. A counterspell is such a blunder. I'm gonna draw Manamorphose, Preordain, even like Fire Ice cycle. The fourth Manamorphose. Opponent's got through 26 cards of their deck. They sack a treasure to cast a treasure. I'm gonna go to game 2. Obviously, the Counterspell blunder was pretty bad. Okay, bring in the Force of Negations. Fire Ice is pretty poor in the matchup. I'm definitely going to be hoping to flip RAL and be able to minus it here. I think Surgical is actually pretty good. Don't know about Consign. I feel like I've been seeing a lot less Static Prisons out of them lately, and I don't have lock pieces. Narset probably better than nothing. Well, I agree Narset's better than nothing. There's some stuff in the deck, though. We don't have nothing here. I want to keep it all the bolts, I think, against the RAL and Questing Druids. Although I do have the Flame of Anor. You could probably play a Narset over bolt number 4. Hearse. I don't think you need Hearse if you have the Surgicals. I do think the Surgicals are better. Okay, kind of a risky hand, but Flame is pretty good against them, and because we're on the play, we can somewhat comfortably like RAL on turn 2, 2 mana Flame of Anor off Mox Amber. The third RAL is tough. Do have Kitsa in the deck for some looting. Nice. That is what we wanted them to do. And now I guess we also get to play Tamiyo and flip the Tamiyo. Sorry, I should have attacked first because we might flip. Yes, we will flip the RAL. Plus minus 2 damage draw card. Pass the turn. Could possibly die here. Like with 7 cards in their hand. Any Prayers combo on the horizon? Well, we played a ton of Prayers combo this week. I'm thinking about playing it tomorrow on the challenge. I'm kind of between that and like no Emrakul Eldrazi Tron tomorrow. Okay, Reckless Impulse, hitting Past and Flame, Strike It Rich. And they don't have the land to play the Strike It Rich, which is great. So we're going to plus the RAL. I might be able to flip an ultimate one of these this turn. I would have to, we'll see how well we hit. It's not very likely. But I can Manamorphose and I can like return Manamorphose to my hand. Oh, and sorry, I even totally forgot about this little thing. Wow, that's actually huge that we get the Tamiyo mana. Didn't come up yesterday. Okay, so now we play this. Heads lost. Blue-red. We'll probably just cycle a Flame of Anor here. Draw. Target player draws 2. Lost again. Okay, because we have Force of Negation up, I feel comfortable enough to continue to try to flip the RAL. So we'll go Snapcaster, Manamorphose. So flip the RAL now. 8 loyalty. Blue-red. Ultimate the RAL. We hit Lightning Bolt, Preordain, Manamorphose. So let's play this RAL. Lightning Bolt. Flip the RAL. Ultimate. 2 Manamorphoses. Flame of Anor. A lot going on. I've already... Can't flip a Tamiyo again. Yeah, it's just yeah. Again, this is the whole idea. You know, RAL is a really broken card, and the card is just kind of too broken to not be seeing modern play. So I can actually surgical their RAL and surgical their Ruby now. They had two more in their hand. Man, I must have been ghosting. Oh, they have Escape to the Wilds. Oh no, I didn't look at their deck. Escape to the Wilds and Veil of Summer. I saw it though. That was a good turn. When does the fair part happen? Like I'll put fair in quotation marks. But this is also part of the deck construction too, where you have you have Flame, Preordain, Fire, Ice, which we've cited out, Manamorphose. So you have Lightning Bolt. You have a lot of hits that are good to like cast off the RAL. Okay, I'm gonna click submit. Use the restroom real quick. Be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Well, it gets to keep, I guess. Not a great hand. Hard to mulligan. Lands, Force of Negation on the draw. You would mull this? I don't think so. It's hard to, like, it's a hard matchup to mulligan in too, because they could just overpower you. They're on a mull to 6 themselves. Oh, we could also, what if we drew the best possible? Although I guess because we don't have if we draw a red, we could flip Tamiyo turn 2. But yeah, Manamorphose is just so good with Tamiyo. So hoping they don't play a RAL here, I guess. Right, brick. Or not brick, but they only get one thing here. So let's just hold up the ability to sack a clue or hardcast a force. Got a land? They do have a land. There's a Striker Rich. And then there's my red source to flip the Tamiyo. Runner Canal is kind of funny. Yeah, this was what really got me to like work on this list was this realization that Manamorphose just lets you flip Tamiyo really fast. Seems like such an obvious thing in retrospect, but something I missed for a long time. My opponent has 3 cards in their hand, but I should counter this. So I'm going to force the first one of these that they play. Then this one goes away. Assuming they don't have a land. So I could go minus on the Manamorphose, make a mana, use that mana to cast Tamiyo. It seems worse than just Bolt hold up counterspell. Oh, there's another counterspell. So I guess I'll plus this. Maybe I can ultimate this Tamiyo. Does forcing the Veil and counterspelling RAL work better? It's just so bad, I think, to pitch the force first. Because if you pitch the force first, then like, what if my opponent just? I guess they are kind of forced to Manamorphose stuff. We didn't know they had RAL in their hand, and so like, I don't know. I think it was right to do it this way. Yeah, let's just plus with the ability to. They have 1 card in their hand. I definitely like you mentioned it when we were brainstorming if they're good at red instant sorceries. Yeah, maybe I've forgotten, but I at least don't recall thinking about it. Or at least I didn't really like realize that Manamorphose just flips the Tamiyo on turn 2. Am I gonna do any cube streams? Or just playing your time. So with the feeder leagues coming back tomorrow, I think there's a good chance they'll play some cube tomorrow. Okay, so this is their last card. It's always good when the best possible last card for them just doesn't really do much. Like, just delays this by a turn. Cube streams, sweetie. Cube streams. All of my streams are already cute. Okay. Good concession from them. Well, okay, on the draw against another Giganta. Or I actually don't remember if my last round opponent had it. So probably up against Mardu. Kind of bad if they have Bowmasters. For me to wait on the bolts. Right now I'm probably planning on going Kitsa into Tamiyo, Preordain, flip Tamiyo by tapping the Kitsa. We'll see what we draw. Definitely excited to play this matchup. Fire Ice? Not quite that lucky. What's kind of nice here is if they can kill my Kitsa, we can Tamiyo plus. Yeah, Shadow Skull Smashing is pretty good in Storm. I think that's a good enough reason to not play Giganta. Johnny's kind of scary. I mean, I'm good against the cats because I have the Tamiyo flip. So I think I just need to lean into that. Should we Flame of Anor this turn? I don't think they have Galvanic Discharge now. Seems like there's a pretty good chance they attack with the Ocelot Pride. I get to block one and flame the Ajani. I'd flip Tamiyo. We could just do that next turn. But yeah, flipping Tamiyo, it seems fine. If you have like more to say beyond I'd flip Tamiyo, like why you feel like that's a lot better, that's also something I'd be interested in. So hoping they don't have Amped Raptor. Lightning Bolt is definitely a welcome addition to the hand. If they have Amped Raptor, I'm gonna lose it. And by it, I mean the game. That's very good too. Your hand was Ocelot Pride number 3 and 4? Excuse me? Opponent? Your hand was Ocelot Pride 3 and 4? Am I supposed to play around that? What the hell? Pyroclasm or bust? Well, this is game 1, so it's like flip RAL with this chain of Manamorphoses or bust. Alright, let's go game 2. Ocelot Pride 3 and 4. Pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to cut the Mox Amber. I'm going to go cut a Kitsa. I might cut both Kitsas. And then I wanted to play, I think, one Surgical, one Hearse for Flage. Sure, and Counterspell seems fine too. As control, what are good sideboard cards against difficult grindy decks like Frogtide, Wizards, and Mirror? 4 Teferis, Snaps, and Vetoes. Don't ever sideboard Snapcaster. Never do that. Teferi's pretty good. I mean, your big issue in that matchup is your mana curve is much higher than those decks, so they can maneuver around your clunky cards well. Narset's nice against opposing rings. Teferi seems pretty good against Frog. I guess it draws a card and hits. That's very. Is also Pride the new monkey? I guess. I mean, it's way better than Ragavan. Am I misremembering that at the Pro Tour, like, most of the Boros Energy decks, like, weren't playing Ocelot Pride? Pro Tour AMs. Let's see. I might be misremembering. I want to double check. Just gonna find. The odds of not hitting, there we go, Boros Energy. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, it's just like basically, this was my memory is that most people weren't playing Ocelot Pride, they're just playing Ragavan instead, which is so wild to me. But I'm sure some people were on it. Monkeys is still the best possible thing versus Tron. Monkey is good against Tron. It's not that Ocelot Pride is not bad against them, and I think your Tron matchup is still just pretty bad against them if you're not main decking Moon, even if you lead on turn 1 Ragavan. Yeah, so yeah, also no one ever plays any Ranger Captains, but it is wild that it took them, like they just weren't on Ocelot Pride by the PT. Okay, put us on a mold of 5. Let's keep the RAL. Despite it not being amazing in the sand, I kind of just want to get some reps in with it. I do think I'm holding up mana this turn. Yeah, Tron can also command it, but I think I'm misremembering. Yeah, it would be interesting to me to like see like what percentage of players were on Ocelot Pride. I know like a good amount of people weren't. I'm sure some people had Ocelot Pride in their deck. So my opponent has an Orcish Bowmaster in their hand. So it seems like I should probably snare and counterspell this turn. Don't really know why they're main phasing that. I guess it's better against the snare, worse against counterspell. Miss the deck tech. What's the purpose of RAL in this deck? RAL is a really broken card, and this is a deck that can utilize it a little bit as more of like a kind of grindy, powerful card rather than just as a combo card. Like the card is just kind of broken, and not enough people are playing it, I guess is the simple answer. Keeps the card on top. And in this deck, you have Manamorphose, you have Fire Ice, you have Preordains, you have Flame of Anor to like just build a mini storm on your turns. And we did that in match 1, and we flipped multiple RALs. It was kind of crazy on the same turn. So I don't think I'm supposed to counter here. I think just holding up the counter and hearsing the Flage seems better to me. Just kind of have all day here. Yeah, I considered Seagate Restoration for the RAL ults, but I ended up feeling like Sink into the Stupor was better. RAL Prowess win. I did also consider going in a more Prowess direction. Could still be correct. Seems like I should bolt the Bowmaster. Only the deal 5 mode was above the draw 2. I guess that's my fault. I could have caught that in consulting. All right. Ob is not always broken, I guess. I really want to draw a RAL. I get an extra mana if I return this Manamorphose. Seems like we're finding a whole lot of nothing, unfortunately. Wouldn't work that way. Stay specific. Oh, right, of course. It was destroy for then. It would work that way. Alright, so we'll discard the canal, I guess. 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, wisely kept a lot of cards to discard here. Might as well grow the hearse. Gonna wait on the sink into the stupor. Could take 2 more. Could also bolt twice next turn. Although now I'll just sink the Ob back into their hand. Bounce Ob is a bold play. I am not worried about it at all, dude. With Bolt Counterspell in my hand. Another island. Isn't the most ideal. So they get a 1 loyalty Ob. Check in bolts before they get this down. I believe I need to bolt it like this. Because if I counter the Ob and then this resolves, then they get to activate it. So I have to like let that trigger resolve first. That might not, I believe it should be how it works, but I'm not actually 100% sure. Okay. Exile these 2. My opponent's hand is Giganta Mystery card. I'd love to draw a Snapcaster Mage. Somehow we found another land. Just wizard things. Refer and Flame to hand have Divination. Well, it's a bit bad against this Bowmaster that's right there while I'm at 8 life. Keeps the card on top. So they play a Johnny over the Gigantha. They have another Ob as the last card. We have 21 lands, but 2 of them are sinking to the Stupor. So we can pick up Pyroclasm next turn. And there's still 2 obs in play and a Giganta in hand. There's my heroic Snapcaster Mage. How big is this hearse? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm 1 damage short of lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I'm 2 damage short of lethal because I can go Snap Bolt. Okay, I guess I go... Return the Pyroclasm, Pyroclasm, Snap Bolt Ob, kill the Johnny. It's 13. Okay, I'm going to target the bolts and then we'll accrue. I don't... At the very least, I don't think it's 14, but... I wish that it showed. Okay, it is 13. And I just have to... I have to stop them from making more blockers for my hearse. Which looks like doing this. Forgot to tap hearse that one turn, yeah. Didn't want to say it, but she caught me. So there's Giganta mystery card. They dash Ragavan instead of playing Gigantha. And they hit an Otawara. Thank you, Ragavan. Ragavan's so bad. Okay. So that checks the Ragavan. I guess it's better to kill the Ob instead of letting them get another token. Yeah, I think I don't know if it was right or wrong to dash the Ragavan. It's like super close. I think it's probably fine to dash the Ragavan in that spot. And it's Ragavan Giganta mystery card. So they're killing that because that's my Snapcaster Crewer, or so my Hearse Crewer. They play Gigantha. It'd be better to kill the Ob with Snap and make Hearse big enough to kill Ob with bolts. I guess so. I'm gonna attack, I think. It's obviously very risky. Yeah, but my position just like isn't getting a lot better. I could ice and flip the Tamiyo, but that doesn't do anything. Not attacking unless I see the same number of cards, lets us see one more. We have some like series of like Preordain into stuff, but yeah. And also like it frees up the 2 mana from the counterspell. We had a lot of life hits. Okay, 1 card in their hands. Ice, flip, give back, flame, kill Giganta. Well, the thing is you have to plus Tamiyo before you can get anything back. Same thing, I think. Lightning Bolt, Flame of Anor, Snapcaster Mage, RAL, Kitsa, Fire, Ice, Preordain, Manamorphose, all live draws here. I also think this card is worse than the one that Scry's won. Or is that card... Is that one not a zombie, maybe? Is that why people play this one? Maybe that's why. But there's one that, like, it can't give something -1/-1, but scries when it dies and makes a treasure. And I feel like the scrying matters so much. I don't think I support this main deck Majuka Bog either. Oh, that was almost a disaster. I think you could sideboard it. I don't think I want it in the main. It's okay. It's not the biggest deal. Yeah, I probably just cut the Grist for Satoro. Cut the Bog for another fetch. Call it a day. All right, so let's keep the bolts, but let's play Tamiyo out so we can try to flip next turn. It's a pirate. Yeah, I don't know. I think that card is better than this. Like, being a zombie to get back Gravecrawler matters a little bit, but Gravecrawler is mostly, like, you're not just, like, value returning Gravecrawler very much, and you have white as other zombies, too. Yeah, the Cocos look pretty good in this deck. I like the idea of, like, being able to Phyrexian Tower out of Collected Company on turn 2 via the Shambling Ghast, or whatever the variant of Shambling Ghast is, so... I think this list looks really good. I would just make that one change, and then I would wish you luck. Greedy Freebooter, yeah. Never remember the name of that card. Let's main phase Snapbolt so my opponent doesn't flip a Johnny in response. Grist like baby Grist or Planeswalker Grist. Cut the baby, the 1-mana Grist. Kind of don't think that card is any good. It's not awful, but it also like isn't like great here. Got one card in their hand. We're pretty close to stabilizing. I kind of want them to kill their own thing with their last cards because I have land bolt here. But now my plan is to block and bolt. If a Johnny flips to a prismatic ending target, does it get exiled? If a Johnny flips to a prismatic ending target, does it get exiled? I don't know. I don't know what you're asking. A Johnny flips when a cat dies, prismatic ending exiles. All gas, no brakes. So I can shock in this sink into the Stupor to have Snap Flame this turn. So instead of doing that, we can go Manamorphose, Bolt, and Fire. All gas, no brakes still. It's okay though. Okay, now we want them to draw a creature. Counts. Hit a Galvanic Discharge. They hit a Blood Moon, which is not the worst. Not really so bad for me. They actually maybe don't even want to cast that because they can't escape Flage. I'm gonna be okay with this. This turns off Counterspell until I find another island. I also have Manamorphose in my deck. I'm just not too worried about it. All right, Spell Snare, shields down. Will my opponent just like draw a fourth land this match? I don't know. that would be a win if they would just draw their fourth land here. There we go. Oh, there's Gigantha they had. Oh, they forget about it. I mean, that is Gigantha's biggest weakness is people forgetting. All right, draw a card. Flip the Tamiyo. Do I want to sink into the Stupor the Moon? I don't know. I'm kind of like not... Yeah, I'm kind of not using this otherwise. I let them surveil and get another basic plane, so it's a little sus. Oh, sorry. I meant to play this. Second Tamiyo. Should we have let them attack and spend energy to turn their dash Ragavan, then bolt stuff in response? That might have been better. It's really bad if they just don't spend the energy for whatever reason, but I guess it is true they're not very likely to do that. Okay, they're not even playing the Blood Moon again. No, I don't have a Counterspell in my graveyard. Why don't we just pick up a Preordain here? And try not to forget about my Tamiyo, but no reason to play it yet. So I could keep this to flip the Tamiyo. Just gonna bottom. I think I want my clue machine here. Opponent's hand is Blood Moon Mystery card. Pretty good mystery card. When I play one Grazer, so it triggers Tamiyo. I know you make a good joke, but that's not how Tamiyo works. You have to return a green instant or sorcery, which we actually do have at this deck with Manamorphose. Draw some 2-drops, opponent. That would be lovely. Okay, discard just the Blood Moon. Yay. Alright, 2 Spell Snares versus 2 Ajanis. Who wins? Alright, they're dead to Bolt, they're dead to Snapcaster Mage, they're dead to Counterspell. I guess they're not actually dead to Counterspell because they get to flip the Fable to block the Snapcaster. What do you think was the best deck in the history of Modern? It's easily Cascade Valkyrie. It's not even a conversation. Has ever happened to Rego Manamorphose for the mana? Yeah, we did it when we were like storming off with RAL this league. It's pretty cool. I guess, sorry, if I'm going to flame, I need to use this Tamiyo. Then we should attack. I'm not aware of what Cascade Valkyrie did. So you could cast Charlotte's Agent, or was Agent legal at the time? I think it was. You could cascade into Tybalt, the 2-mana Tybalt, and cast the 7-mana Planeswalker instead. And you could do this. You could do this on turn 1 thanks to Simian Spirit Guide. And you could do a turn 1 with Force of Negation backup. I once kind of famous. So there was a PTQ where Cascade Valkyrie was a legal deck, and I played a deck that was just very metagame to beat it. I was main decking 3 Pithing Needles. I was main decking 4 Force of Negation. I was also a Noble Hierarch Teferi deck, so I could try to go Hierarch to Teferi. And I remember my opponent turn 1. My opponent went turn 1. Sorry, I'm thinking about this game too. Turn 1, Simian Spirit Guide, Violent Outburst, and then they went Commandeer my Force of Negation to resolve a Valkyrie turn 1 through a Force of Negation. Okay, going to game 2? Game 2. Kind of miss those days. I mean, like most times when Modern becomes really broken, it is fun. It is fun for a little bit, but only for so long, you know. That's honestly in Power stacking your opener. Yeah. Obviously, that wasn't like what happened all the time, but it was like just such a feel bad. Such a feel bad. That was Spider's list. Yeah, Spider won that one, right? Is there VOD in the tournament? Probably not anymore. It was fun for like a week. Yeah, I agree. Like pre nerf companion modern was so fun. It was like it was just crazy. I remember I was playing like Grixis Luris and I was playing Electrolyze because like it was like the only thing that like cleanly answered Luris or like where you weren't just behind on cards. And oh man, it was really fun. And like we were like comboed with Zerda combo. It was just so good. Okay, let's try to set up for a turn 2 Pyro. Keep it RAL. Maybe I could go like hold up Counterspell turn 2, then go RAL plus Pyro turn 3. Probably not a good reason to do that. See what develops. Oh yeah, Dead Weight with Lurrus. Dead Weight was so good. It was so funny. It's just an odd time, you know. Okay, let's probably just Pyroclasm and clean up a bit here. Heard you talking about going to Boston. I was maybe musing about it. I would love to go visit Boston, yeah, but I'm going. It's not going to happen this year. Got to save up for the wedding. No trips except for business trips. Hoping to flip the RAL here. Nice. So now we'll plus, get it out of Flage, Bolt range, and then potentially we can like go like Snap Preordain and like minus the RAL or Snap Bolt minus the RAL. Or just like maybe wait a little bit before we minus the RAL for Electrolyze. Make sure you set aside 5 minutes for the aquarium because we're going to Boston. Does that mean the aquarium is not very good? We'll definitely go. I'm still looking forward to seeing no changes on 26. I've been like kind of like, you know, wondering what it would be like if they don't ban audio on the 26. Like, what do I do? Do I switch? I will probably switch formats for a while. I don't know. Okay, they hit a Flage off the Amptraptor, which is bad for me. Wait, they just ignore the RAL? The disrespect? Huh. Well, so I can't snap anything back, but why don't we just get our blue permanent in play? I could draw fire also. I guess I wouldn't be using it because I need to hold up Counterspell. That was a very disrespectful Flage. Maybe they'll do unbans. Unbans would be nice. I think at this point, I think it would be a very like redeeming, healing thing for them to, yeah, like, you know, do more than just ban Nadu. Like, give us some cool unbans. Question for Green Fanatic Eldrazi. Am I still a believer of Breaker of Creation? Been testing 2 Breaker of Creation plus a second Caverns. Consistently haven't been able to cast it on 7 mana, 3 soul lands with others. Love Breaker. If I could sequence land develop better, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I like Breaker. I want access to like a 1 or 2 overall. I agree not being able to play at turn 3 can be kind of tough. Yeah, so I guess I block so I can go Tamiyo, kill the reflection. What's the cool unban? Not to open a can of worms. Umazal's Jite, Birthing Pod. Okay, so I can counter this and they can't escape the Flage because they have no energy. Umazal's Jite, Birthing Pod, Punishing Fire. There's usually like a couple more that I can't remember now. Oh, Bridge from Below would be. I'm back on the Bridge from Below train. Okay, RAL give us a double Electrolyze. So one problemo here is my opponent is going to cast Gigantha instead of Flage. Yeah, you can unban Hypergenesis very safely, but it's not like Hypergenesis would do anything in the format. But it'll be sure, whatever. Yeah, Jitte is probably unplayable. But it'll be a fun unban. Jitte's. I have no idea where Jitte would be played. It would be one of the safest unbans ever. Played Moth 10 months. Appreciate you. I think I might end up double bolting a Flage. I don't think I need to bolt this 1-3 right now. Amtraptor plus Jitte good. I feel really confidently that Boros Energy would not play Umuzal as Jitte. And if they did, I'd be pretty happy like to play against it. Jitte and Ocelot seems decent. No, it doesn't. It's like Ocelot's just good by itself. Like, what do you mean Jitte and Ocelot seems decent? It's like if you have an Ocelot Pride that's alive and you're just winning anyways. I don't know. Yeah, first strike with Jitte is fun. Modern is just very much not about what Jitte does. I think there's a very almost no chance Boros plays any number of Jitte at the 75. I could be wrong. It's just 4 mana. It's so slow. Whew, my opponent thinks I got stuff. Fuck. They had stuff. No, 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 no. It's too late. I don't think Hammer would play it, but I think Energy absolutely would. That's okay. I mean, I know that there are a lot of people who think Jitte would be a good modern card. That's fine. Just don't be as mean to me about it as some people on Twitter were. Because I remember I said Lost Jitte is better than Old Jitte, but mostly because I think Old Jitte is not playable. And people lost their minds, dude. Alright, so let's draw a wizard off the Manamorphose. Well, we'll save the Mana Force till my turn so I could draw a RAL. Yeah, incomparable. I know the whole thing. Alright, draw 2. Alright, seems like it's time for Jeskai Mockingbird. Oh wait, never mind. Time for game 3. In Dimmer Control, do you like Path to Peril Deluge? I like Path to Peril a lot. I'm a big Path to Peril fan at the moment. Deluge is probably underplayed though. No judgment. What is Spike's perfect BNR this 26? Well, I don't know what to do in like Legacy or Pioneer because I haven't been playing those formats, so I just won't comment on it. I will keep this hand. If we draw a land, we can flip Tamiyo turn 2. If not, we can Preordain. Pyroclasm is good to have. I would ban Nadu. I would probably not ban anything else in Modern yet. And I would likely like to see unban Splitter Twin, unban Birthing Pod, unban Umazola's Jitte, unban Punishing Fire, unban Bridge from Below. I don't know if I would do anything else. Would you be remiss over a Pride ban? Yeah, I think banning something from the energy deck at the moment is kind of silly. I really want to see what Modern is like Sans Nadu, will like sideboards open up. It's not like that different from the leagues at the moment, I guess, but that's what I want to see. And there are a lot of decks, like I know Wizards is not that good against energy, but there are a lot of decks that are good against energy. And it's also like, it's very funny to like ban Ocelot Pride and still like and you also have millions of like you ban the one playable one toughness creature. You know, it's like the one play. I guess there's Amtraptor too or whatever, but it's like the only like one toughness creature that's like really good despite it being like a Ridden 6 Bowmaster format, and like to ban it is so funny. Can really unban bridge with a one collect evidence Phoenix? I think we can. Yeah, I think in my opinion the collect evidence Phoenix is like really cool and sick, and I would like to see that card actually see more play. And so you don't have to agree that that card is cool and sick or whatever, but I like it. I might just run out Snapcaster to have Flame available. We'll see what they do this turn. A bad not a Grief Ring. I don't know. It's a lot of people say this. Grief is really not seeing. I guess it's in the Goryo stack. I don't know. It's okay. You can have this. I will say Ring definitely got a lot better post Labyrinth, but I would not ban it at the moment. I think we could circle back to it at a later date. But if you ban the Ring, all of a sudden energy does become so much scarier too. Wait, they exiled Spirebluff Canal. I thought I had Steam Vents on top. Energy plays Ring. Boros Energy, Mardu Energy do not play the Ring. This is misinfo. I don't know. It's in 70% of the meta? The One Ring? I bombed the Steam Vents. Oh, I did it backwards. Sorry, I thought I did. I thought I kept it on top. So I guess we'll just fire next turn when they dash the Ragavan. VR, continue to get the sub. Yeah, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole too much. You can dislike the Ring if you want. Do you think Twin will be playable? No, I don't think Twin will be playable, which is kind of why I think it's like it'd be a fun unban, you know. Mod redeemed for Fedora, VIP please. So we have no VIPs left, unless someone wants to gift like 1,000 subs. You're gonna have to be modded, which is technically better. The Ring was the most played card at the PT. I know that the Ring was the most played card at the PT. It is also not the most powerful. It's like the Ring is like not like top 5 most powerful cards. Maybe it's top 5, but it's like in the. It's not. I don't know. Let me think. Because I would say like Necro is better than the Ring. Nadu is better than the Ring. Ugin's Labyrinth would probably be one I put there too. I don't know. Maybe I would put it as 4. Maybe I'll put number 4. Maybe I'll put like the whole energy deck over it too. Alright, we'll just trade this for the Lantern. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to rank like the energy cards, because it's like Guide of Souls, Amtraptor, Ocelot Pride, Johnny, Flage are like these 5 cards are all very, very good. They're all very, very similar power level, and and they kind of do similar things. So like I don't know where to rank them. You might say Goryo's Vengeance is better than the Ring. Probably shouldn't say that. I take that back. I take that back. So I don't know. It's a conversation. It's a conversation. The Ring did get a lot better post Image 3 because of Ugin's Lab. But I also am not like a believer in banning something because it is the most popular card at a tournament. I don't think that that's enough of a reason to ban something. And if you think it is, that's fine. You can, lobby elsewhere maybe. Yeah, back to our roots. One ring yapping. Do you feel like they hit a home run with energy as a deck, or do we not like them printing a tier 1 deck like that? I do think it's kind of funny to phrase questions like this, where I'm gonna block here, so I go to 7, not 6. I think it's funny to phrase questions like this because it's basically never like this white or black. It's always like it's very rarely any card design, any game design is just perfect or completely flawed. I think I can flip this a bit bigger. Sorry, undo, make red red. Okay, probably a little too greedy to wait longer here. No, my RAL. Oh, they've let it in floated red, sorry. Obviously just trying to snap flame here. Need to dodge a flage. Pretty bad. Could you responded to the RAL trigger with flame? Could have, yeah, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do something else. I guess I was always just gonna cast the flame, and that would be able to kill the treasure. Yeah. I thought we were safe from dodging flage. Seems like we were not. Do I like that that's what they targeted? I don't know. So 7 cards in their graveyard. Don't hate this draw. I have 2 graveyard hate spells I could find here. Or I can just go Bolt with Counterspell up. Last no banless tournament I persisted was 2 years ago, and Oko dominated. Yeah, Oko would be really good. I think they did a no banless tournament in the Modern Super League, right? This recently, and I think Nadu won, which is pretty funny. Just pick up a Counterspell. Not with Mox Opal one. Yeah, I didn't actually look at the list. I didn't realize I was running Opal. It's actually kind of dope. So a team of prayers, since Recruiter can't grab Elephant, is there a world where we run Traverse, since we're already doing Delirium for Woodland? So one thing is, like, Delirium is pretty slow to get online in that deck. It's like, you basically, like, if you cast Rumble, you can probably get Delirium, and if you don't cast Rumble, you probably don't have Delirium, is kind of how it works. So Traverse is not that good, probably, and Recruiter can still grab Shrieking Drake. But it is a good suggestion, I think. I know I have this Counterspell. Would you make any changes to the Banned Prayers deck? I wouldn't make too many changes from where we're at last time. This is a pain. So drawing Ral might deal me a damage or two, so I think I want to just counter this, and then, you know, I have a good, it's actually a pretty good draw. We're doing a pretty good job of winning our flips, too. So do I want things to be cheaper? I think I could just deal them 2, draw a card, try to find that graveyard hate spell. And if I don't, I can sink into the Stupor of the Flage. RCQ this weekend, I'm going to play a team of prayers. Going to try a 1-1-1 split of 6 Ewit and Endurance. I also won 3 Consign on sideboard, big Eldrazi meta. Well, it's tough to play Consign with Amped Raptor, so I don't know if I could recommend that, but It would be fine for sure. I don't walk me through the thought process of main decking endurance. Like what is it? Why do you want to main deck an endurance? It doesn't really seem like it does anything. So I gotta let Athena out of the room. Make a black mana for surgical. If you're drawing your whole deck, endurance could shuffle when come back in. Yeah, but at 6 and Eternal Witness do that also. So it doesn't seem like there's really any reason to have like you don't need 3 ways to like get your Oracle back in the deck. Yeah, this is a fair RAL deck. RAL's been pretty high variance. So that's why in the teamer deck I was playing Cleansing Wildfire in the sideboard over Consign because it's a good hit off Raptor instead of a hit that does nothing. Well, I'm very, I'm just gonna bolt. Well, no, let's Pyroclasm. Let's Pyroclasm. Finding room for 2 Summoner's Pacts and Teamer Prayers. Well, Summoner's Pacts. Let's see. It misses a lot of stuff, right? I'll just plus this turn. Like, it doesn't find... if it could find Port Mage, I'd be down, but it just doesn't find Port Mage, so I'm not down. Just through rounds, the other route coming back? I mean, they're going to flip Adelphia. What's the problem? Where are my graveyard hate cards? Also, you want to draw a 2-drop opponent? That would be lovely. No, they remember Gigantha. Alright, so shock them, draw a card. Oh, I should have surveilled first. Although it didn't get punished. Yeah, I thought about playing Storm Chase Mentor in the shell. Could still, but you have to be more stormy. I was also kind of wanting to play RAL and Twiddle Storm, but Twiddle Storm I don't think is as good as Ruby Storm still. Innkeeper is a card. I was surprised not seeing the prayers list. Yeah, maybe Innkeeper is. Oh, yeah. If you're gonna play Teamer, play 1 Innkeeper for sure. It's like just gotta be right. Okay, so we're just gonna deal 2 damage. I guess we'll do 1/1. So if I draw Flame, Flame cleans this up. Don't want to lose all my flips. What? Oh, I lost a flip. Okay, it's your time. It's time, opponent, to draw some 2-drops. Oh, do not play Vexing Bauble in the Primal Prayers deck. It turns off your combo, and it's don't play Vexing Bauble. I mean, you could sack it, but it just like isn't even good against anything that's important. I think it doesn't stop opposing disruption. Okay, so we're gonna try not to cast instants and sorceries on our turn. Is Scolding ever right to main deck over Snare? I mean, sometimes if Yawgmoth is really popular, maybe. But in general, no. So the nice thing is RAL only... the coin flip only triggers on your turn, not on your opponent's turns. I have 13 cards left in my library. My opponent has how many life points? Can't make an omelet without cracking a few RALs, I guess. Don't you want to let him jump attack with RAL? Don't you want to let him jump attack with RAL? Him like me? I'm going to block with the RAL. I would love... I guess, sorry. Just never get to copy anything with Kitsa, I guess. Was that really bad to loot? That's at 14. I have 5 cards in my library. 2 of them are surgical slash hearse, or like a surgical and a hearse. I think it'll be okay. I get to pick up a bolt with the Tamiyo next turn. Yeah, dude, I could be the first person to ultimate Tamiyo with an empty library. Okay, so if I pick up Manamorphose, like in surgical, seems fine. I could maybe be checking how much juice I have left in the deck. They still have 2 bolts. They actually have no more flages. So I don't think I'm going to be copying this Manamorphose here. So I'm attacking for 5 now. Okay, so I attack for 5, put my opponent down to 6. Which is a 2-turn clock without the RAL, so I don't need to play the RAL. I have 3 cards in my deck. Can we pick up Bolt, Clasm counter, Clasm, and copy bolts? Was it lethal? Yeah, maybe we did miss lethal. Pick up Pyroclasm, Counterspell, pick up Bolt. Yeah, I guess I missed the Counterspell my own Pyroclasm. That being said, I win now because they bricked on this draw step. Attack for 3, Counterspell whatever they play, attack for 3. No, I boarded in 1 hearse, 1 surgical, so one of the last 2 cards is a hearse. How do we surgical with no black mana? We did, so Tamiyo has a really unused line of text that says, if you returned a green instant or sorcery, you get to make a mana of any color. So I made a black mana with the Tamiyo ability. Oh. I should have checked if I had another Snapcaster. Fun match. So this is a 2-lander. Let's keep... Is it prowess with Tamiyo Manamorphose? Maybe? Yeah, it's just so tough to like play like what is intrinsically an aggro deck in prowess and play, you know, a 1-mana 0/3. Pretty tough. I like Manamorphose. I don't like RAL in this deck that much. It's very high variance. It's been insane sometimes. It's been very bad sometimes. How's the matchup against Baron? I don't know. Baron's not that popular. It's probably okay. Yeah, the Crazy Storm turn was game 2, match 1. Ironically, against Storm. Inti? You trying to have fun in Modern? What are you doing? Could maybe have like saved this to go like RAL, Manamorphose, Fire next turn. They flip a Detective's Phoenix, which does have enough evidence to collect. Cruel Claw Brew over there. Maybe they're playing Cruel Claw. I like the Cruel Claw deck from yesterday. How do you like RAL over Otter? It's so Otter is higher. Is like the Otter Flare build is much lower variance. The variance with the RAL is kind of wild, but when it hits, it really hits. Oh, they get to bestow at least. Classic hollow one turn. Yeah, NT plus Frog is interesting. I agree. Yeah, I would normally snap off the counter. Oh, they are playing Cruel Claw. That's awesome. But I feel like there's just enough of a chance that like they don't find a hollow one or an Ox of Agonis for them to like do anything with this. They have another Detective's Phoenix. And they can bestow from the yard. Hey, Phoenix is looking pretty dang good here. What do he do? I don't know. So I probably will be running out of Snapcaster Mage to power up the Flame of Anor to like use that to pull ahead. Yeah, and unless I draw this. I don't think I just fired that. Fire it, they didn't have mana to bestow. So the way they did cast bestow there. That was a bestowed Phoenix on the stack. So the way it works is if I kill the Flameblade Adept, it just still comes into play. And I also take the 2 damage. They have 1 card in their hand. Gonna haste like a Street Wraith or something. Yeesh. Maybe I should have sink into the Stupor. I think this is probably a little bit better. We don't counter that? I don't think so. It's like also very good in the yard. I need the Flame of Anor. I need more cards in my hand. I need more juice. I need like flip RAL, do some crazy stuff. Well, I didn't draw a lot of juice. Yeah, opponent's deck does look pretty awesome. Okay, so I gotta flip the RAL. Another one is kind of interesting. Let me kill this. I think we're just keeping Counterspell up. You could have sunk it when they had the discard on the stack. Could have sunk it when they had the discard on the stack. Isn't that just awful? Like they get to put this in the graveyard and escape it next turn and still draw the cards. Seems way worse than just countering it. Oh, we're just dead to the Root Walla Pump actually. Yeah, re-bestow the Phoenix Root Walla Pump. Okay, Phoenix looks awesome in their deck. I mean, kind of wanting to like queue into a deck like this because I haven't actually seen it in action. Looks great. I think I'll play 2 or 3 Pyroclasms. Maybe just 2. No, maybe not. I have a lot of cheap removal. Is a Roulette Pump 5 damage? No, bestow Phoenix plus Root Walla Pump. Has anybody been playing Hollow One Detectives Phoenix? It looks so sick. Any thoughts on casting ice on the adept instead of fire and bestowing to it? I thought about it. I don't know. It kind of feels like we need to churn through and get the creatures off the board, but it's tough. I like both of these. If they play Flameblade Adept, I want the fire ice. I might even just ice next turn if they don't. But now we can just hold up Counterspell / Fire Ice and then go Tamiyo plus 2-drop next turn. God, LG just plays this at turn 2, 17 damage. Wow. It's pretty impressive stats. 16. Good for us that they don't have another 1-drop. Not exactly ideal that we drew another Tamiyo. Been playing Blue-Red Hollow with Magus the Bard and Texas Phoenix. I've never cast or seen a Magus of the Bizarre cast. How is that card? Okay, there's a use for our second Tamiyo. Do you not want to play Vengevine over Bowmasters? I know Bowmaster's good with Burning Inquiry. I'm counting this. But no Vengevine seems weird. Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe Vengevine is too high risk, too high reward. Maybe, but I kind of feel like that's just the archetype. High risk, high reward. I was just leaving Wizards for my local game store. How many Otters am I playing? So we're only playing 2 Kitsa in this build because we're trying RAL as like a fair card, which is pretty high variance. Yeah, they're playing Cruel Claw on their list, so this was a little bit different from what we saw. I've just played like a lot of Hollow One and always felt like I really wanted to play Vengevine. So this is a hasty Inti. They're floating a red mana that can also give haste, so they're going to double 2-drop here. Vengevine is too risky. I'd rather cast Burning Inquiry. Well, the two are not mutually exclusive. If you have Vengevine in your deck, you're also playing Burning Inquiry, but I get it. I don't know, maybe Vengevine's out of date. It's just like super explosive card. But yeah, maybe Bowmaster is better. Okay, so if we block the root wall, it dies to the pump. They don't pump, so their last card is a spell. The bolt? Oh. That's super good. Can I just sack a clue? Okay, so now I can go Snapcaster Preordain, flip Tamiyo for loyalty. Then it does just die to this. Yeah, kind of weird for them to do that after attacks. Probably fine. Taking 6 down to 6. If they have nothing else. Maybe do the interaction with Bowmasters. You can see also probably being an issue. Yeah, I mean, Bowmasters is super good at the moment, and it does have the synergy with Inquiry. Definitely don't hate it. I guess we're gonna keep this and snap ice. Does not feel like a winning line. Honestly, I wonder if Hollow One is a weak link in the Hollow One deck. Feels like it might be. Feels so odd to say though. It does not really feel like the... I mean, I guess it's kind of explosive, but... It cycles too. Probably fine. Might be chumping with Tamiyo here. Right on time, surgical extraction. So I guess the plan is to snap Counterspell, chump with Tamiyo. I think we're cooked. Well, can we see their holist now before we concede if we do? Well, how would we do that? I'm not going to bother them and ask, I think. Because they don't quite have 6 evidence to collect. Oh, the surgical. Yeah, so we can take a look. So they're playing Cruel Claw, Arena of Glory, which doesn't seem optimal, but it's pretty cool. Obviously, this is also post-sideboard. Okay, so let's chain some Flame of Anors together. I knew we were going to draw RAL. I didn't want to say it. I knew we were going to draw RAL. Okay, I think we're going to pause here for today. Got some stuff to do today. Don't have time to do much more. But tomorrow there is a Friday challenge. Starts at 10 a.m., so an hour after we usually start the stream, 10 a.m. Central. We're going to do the normal structure of starting off a Modern League. Probably going to play Jeskai for that league with the clones.